What's up, YouTube? I'm Jason Spade and welcome to Make Things to Break Things Outdoors, and today I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. Let's get into it. So I'm going to walk you through everything you need to make this happen. So what we're making today is a fire rope. And I've seen a lot of people on YouTube do this in different ways. Like I've seen people that they use fire paste, they use lantern oil, they use Vaseline and wax like I do. They make these weird scientific concoctions to make this happen, and it really doesn't take that much. I've seen people, they like to use Sharpie markers that have been hollowed out and the ends cut off of them. I've seen all different kinds of things, and I feel like a lot of people overcomplicate things a little bit. But basically, we're going with the $20 make you holler method that you can literally make as much as you want for a long time. So whether or not you're a Boy Scout trying to get your fire badge, whether or not you're just trying to get into bushcrafting, you're trying to build a survival kit, I'm going to show you everything that you need to get started. This is the Pimp Starter Kit. So you're going to go down to the Walmart or the Lowe's or the Menards or the Dollar Tree craft store, whatever you got. You're going to pick up some jute rope, 3/8 jute rope. I like the jute rope. It's a lot smoother. It's, you know, not all knotty and doesn't have places where it likes to break apart. But you can also use sisal rope. I don't prefer it. It's a little bit fuzzier. It's not as consistent in size throughout the roll. My dog decided that this one was a toy and destroyed my roll, so now I got it wrapped around a stick, but we're not going to use this today anyway. Go to the Dollar Tree, get you a bunch of these little scentless tea candles, or scented tea candles if you want it to smell good. Once again, I don't judge. That smells like purple Pacific Island post-menstrual depression. Get a bunch of these, like $1 will get you like 5 to 10 of them. Go to Walmart or wherever, and like literally every store ever, you can find Vaseline. It doesn't have to be one this big, and you're gonna need a stick with a hole in it, like top of the line technology right there. That is stick with a hole in it. That is all you need. And of course, if you don't have a stick with a hole in it that's like naturally available, I doubt you do, you're gonna need a saw, you're gonna need a knife, and you're gonna need, once again, don't judge, either a power drill or a little bushcraft auger if you want to do it the old way. You ream that hole out in whatever way makes you feel good. So while I'm waiting on the wax to melt, I'm going to show you how I carve the handle. So I like to start, when I carve my stick with a hole in it, I like to start at the ends. I'm using the BPS Adventure that I reviewed last week. I like to start at the ends, and I like to make my final diameter around the hole, circumference, diameter, whatever. Thickness, wall thickness around both ends first. That way I kind of have like a guideline of where I'm gonna, shave it from end to end, because it's really hard to drill a straight hole through a stick, especially freehand with an auger. So, yeah, just gonna carve and then I keep looking at the ends to make sure, like, to find where my highest point is, and that's where I cut. So I always cut the highest parts off first. This part, by the way, is completely optional. Like, if you want to do the hollowed out Sharpie marker thing, you can. If you've got pieces of scrap metal tubing that fits your rope, you can use that. I just like doing it this way because it's therapeutic. I like carving stuff. So And as I'm going along, it's kind of like a sharpening a pencil. I like to, every cut I make, I like to bring a little bit further back as I'm going. Just that way so I don't like end up cutting the end of the final thing off. Yeah. But once I get it pretty even around, which that's not even, but it's close enough for video purposes, I'll swap to the other side and do the same thing. I may have needed to sharpen my knife first, but it'll be okay. I'll rock with it like it is. And yes, I know that I'm supposed to be doing it this way. I just don't want to. It doesn't really make a difference. I'm cutting away from my legs. I'm not cutting towards the triangle of unaliving there, so I'm safe. Because we can't say cool words on YouTube anymore. One second, neighbor dog screaming at me. Sorry about that, my neighbor's got one of those little yappy dogs, and while I waited for the noise to subside, I finished carving out my little handle. So the next step in this is I'm going to take my Vaseline and my melted candles, which I've already mixed that together. I already had it pre-mixed, but I usually go 3 parts wax to 1 part Vaseline. So you fill your can 3/4 of the way up with melted wax, and you fill it the rest of the way up with Vaseline, and you'll be close. Too much Vaseline and your rope will feel greasy all the time. Not enough Vaseline, and it won't light quite as quickly. It's not really a rocket science formula though, like a little bit of air is not going to hurt it too much. I take my sisal rope, I grab as much of it as I want, which I usually grab about an arm's length at a time. I cut it, obviously. Take my rope, I drop it down in my hot wax, which is actually almost boiling at this point. It doesn't have to be that hot. It just helps it run off later. And I slowly, because it's gonna fizz and bubble a little bit as you're lowering the rope down in there, because there's moisture in the rope. I'm just gonna, dip my rope down in there, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of the rope hanging out, and I'm gonna let it soak for not very long. It doesn't take long. But you can see the white bubbles trying to come out of the top of the can. Once I feel like it's sit there long enough, I'm gonna slowly bring it up out of the wax. You can see all of the bubbles and stuff on it. I'm gonna hold it and let it drip for a second. Now usually at this point is when I would take a paper towel or something and wipe it off a little bit, but I don't have one out here with me because I forgot to bring one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold this and let it drip for a second, and then once it cools off, we will proceed. So now that my rope is cooled off, as you can see, it is now rigid. Next thing we're going to do, we'll just take the rope and we'll kind of bend it around a little bit and roll it and stuff. Because you want it to be soft enough to tie a knot in it. So, and also while I'm doing this, I'm kind of twisting the rope back together and making it as smooth as possible. I'm messing up my gloves doing it, but whatever. So once I got that all smoothed out and kind of twisted really straight and pretty, and it's got its flex back, I go to the other end and I just tie like a single overhand knot in it. It doesn't gotta be a fancy knot. Just tie a knot in it. Get it real good and tight, that way it can't pull all the way through your stick with a hole in it. Make sure that you don't got like any big bumpy areas in it where it won't fit through. And then once you get the tip of it kind of down to a point, just run it on through there. You got a knot in one end and you got your little stick through the string, and the only other thing to do now is take your knife. I use the spine to do this part. I only use my edge for cutting on any knife that I own, because I don't like sharpening knives very much. My girlfriend will tell you differently, because I sharpen knives all the time, but I would prefer not to have to sharpen them a lot. I use the spine to kind of get it fluffy, get my fire steel, because it will strike with a fire steel, which is kind of the point of the fire rope. Let's see if I can do it without using and you got with the fire steel, you got fire, and it's windproof. Wind's not going to blow it out at all, except just then. Yeah, I mean, it's waterproof too, or water resistant. It's not waterproof. If it does get waterlogged, you're not going to light it. But if it gets splashed with water, or you get caught in the rain or something, it's a lot easier to light than like a regular lighter. And actually, matter of fact, I can prove it. So if I take the end of this, right, and I put it down in water and wet it, I can shake it off, fluff it out. This is in real time. And it will light after being dipped in water. So thanks for watching my video on how to make fire rope. I'm Jason Spade. This is Kermit the dog. And remember, don't aim at anything that you don't wish to destroy, unless it's that like and subscribe button. This is Make Things to Break Things Outdoors, and I'll see you next time.